2-strike count on Maris. Win into the stretch. Check with the runner. And the pitch. Raj takes it high and inside. Ball one. 1-1. Mr. Shylock is umpiring at third base tonight, and Soar at second. A 1-1 count on Maris. Outfield round to the right. Win working slowly. Into the stretch. Look over the left shoulder at Lopez, leading away. Here's the pitch to Maris. Swung on, hit sharply between first and second to right field. Lopez turns second, heading for third. Fifth throw, a good throw, but it is off the bag, and into third goes Lopez. Roger Maris singles to right, sending Lopez to third. Bringing up Mickey Mantle, batting .278. While the weather, we understand back home, is pleasant, in this area they're in the throes of a wicked heat wave, which today saw the mercury rise to the 100 mark. Lopez on third, Maris on first, 1 out. Wind set, and the pitch. It's inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield deep, round to the right. The wind taking a lot of time right now. Shades well over towards second. Esposito halfway between first and second. Both men in a couple of steps. Freeze wide of third in close. Went into the stretch. Runners leading away from first and third. 1 out. The 1-0 pitch to Mantle. High, ball 2. 2-0. No strikes. Hector Lopez on third, Roger Maris on first. Again, the stretch by Wynn. Runners lead away. And the delivery outside, ball 3. 3-0. Caron on deck. Mantle takes a look at Crissetti. Casey wants him taking or on his own. A 3-0 count on Mick. Wynn gets the sign from Lawler. The right-hander to the stretch. Runners lead away from first and third. And the 3-0 pitch. In there, strike one, 3-1. Wynn paws at the dirt. Takes his cap off, mops his brow. Again kicks at the rubber. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wynn into the stretch. Lopez leads off third, Maris off first. The pitch. Swung on it, foul back. Strike 2. Full count. Full count. Wynn taking a lot of time. 2 strikes. Stretch by Wynn. Maris leads off first, Lopez off third, 1 out. And then Wynn steps off the rubber. into the stretch. Runners lead away from first and third. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Reynolds strikes out. Early win behind 3 balls, no strikes. Strikes him out. 2 away, and the batter now is Bill Scarron. Hitting .305. And runners on first and third. Wind to the stretch. And the pitch to Moose. High and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Once more to the stretch. Here's the delivery. Strike 1, 1-1. Curveball. Moose waved at, blowing outside. A 1-1 count. First half of the first inning, no score. Lopez on third and Maris on first. 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate, out of play. Strike 2, 1-2. Lopez leads off third, Maris off first. Early wind to the stretch. Here's the pitch, and Scarron swings and loops it foul. Out of play, back to first, dropping into the stands behind the Yankee dugout. Tonight. It's close. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Scarron. 2 away, runners on first and third. Early win into the stretch once more, checks his runners. Here's the pitch, and Scarron swings and hits a foul to the right of the plate, out of play. Count holds at 1-2. To the stretch, and the runners lead away from first and third, and Wynn steps off the rubber. Watching Maris closely. Once again, Wynn is ready. Runners lead away. 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and it is inside for ball 2. 2-2. Wynn's pattern of backing him up, and then coming back with a pitch away from Scarron. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. First half of the first inning. Wynn gets the sign from Lawler. Now he's into the stretch once more. Here's the delivery. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Count remains 2-2. Umbrella goes back to get a new supply of baseballs. Returns to his position, back of Lawler. Early win, kicks the dirt in front of the rubber. balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Lopez on third, Maris on first. Again, the stretch by the right-hander. Now the pitch, and Scoren takes a curve outside, ball 3, 3-2. Wynn again mops his brow. And with a full count on Scoren, Roy Sievers steps off the bag to play in behind Maris. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Maris will be moving the pitch. Lopez on third. The stretch by Wynn. Then he steps off the rubber, moving Maris back. Again, he's back on. Into the stretch. Holds it. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on, hit to the box. Wynn has it, throws the Sievers, and the side's retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. At the end of the first half of the first inning, New York nothing. The White Sox coming to bat. In fact, they've beaten 7 times in the last 2 seasons. Jim Landis steps in the hitting position. Whitey Ford to the windup, and the pitch is in there for a strike. Landis hitting .251. Ford to the windup. Here's the pitch, and it is inside for a ball. Counts even up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swings to the windup. Around comes the left arm. Here's the pitch. Landis swings and grounds it foul down the third base line to Tony Cuccinello, coaching at third. Don Gutteridge coaching at first. Lopez in left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. The outfield shading Landis a little toward left and center and left. Straightaway right. Big gap in right center. Boyer guarding the third base line. Kubek over the third base hole. Richardson deep over near second. Scoren close to the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Forward to the windup. In comes the pitch, and Landis lines it foul down the left field line into the lower stands. Count remains 1-2. A hard liner. He got out in front of the ball too much. To the windup. Here's the pitch to Landis. Fastball outside. 2-2. No score. It's the last half of the first inning. Now the 2-2 delivery on its way. Landis swings and hits it to the box. Ford grabs it, throws over to Scoren, and Landis is retired. To Scoren. Now Louis Aparicio. Louis batting .274. Swings to the windup. Here's the pitch to the right-hand batter. It's in there. Strike 1. Clete Boyer shortened up at third. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Whitey to the windup. In comes the pitch, and Aparicio swings and hits the slow one to third. Up with it is Boyer. Fires to Scoren, and in time the ball sailed on loose. He had to reach for it, but kept his foot on the bag. Aparicio hit a little third baseline before you're playing in close. Grabbed it at the line and pegged him out. Now here's Roy Sievers hitting .312. Smith on deck. No score, first inning. Ford's pitch to Sievers. Swung on, line drive, past too short. Almost past Kubek. He broke over to his left and got to it. The ball started out like it's going to get fine. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. The ball left the bat. Looked like it had more force behind it than it did. And at the end of the first inning, New York nothing and Chicago nothing. Elston Howard leads off in the last half of the second inning. Clete Boyer on deck and Bobby Richardson to follow. Elston Howard batting .253. Who pitched himself out of a first inning jam with runners on first and third and one out. Now goes to work on Howard as we start the second inning. The right-hander goes to the windup. Here's the pitch. Ellie swings and sends a high drive into deep right center. Jim Landis goes back, gets under it, out the running track, makes the catch. One away. There's a 400-foot drive. One out. And up comes Clete Boyer. Batting .250. The wind goes to the windup and the pitch to Boyer. Over, strike one. And won the count. The one-strike pitch on its way to the right-hand batter. Swung on. There's a drive to right center field. Landis chasing it, going hard, and he makes the catch. Two away. Won a couple of sprints. And here's Bobby Richardson. Bobby's batting .245. Two away in the second inning, no score. Wins delivery. Swung on, that one's lined to the right field. Coming on is Al Smith, and he grabs that liner, and the side is retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on, and at the end of an inning and a half, New York nothing, Chicago nothing. Leads off for the White Sox. Minnie Minoso on deck and Sherman Lawler to follow. While the thermometer reached 100 here today, an unofficial report said that 90 miles away where the Braves are playing, the temperature dropped 30 degrees. Is it 30? 40? Don't know if that's true or not. Elston Howard, just as Ford's ready to pitch to Smith, as for time, runs out to talk to Ford. Smith hitting .316, second in the league in hitting. Ford goes to the windup, and the pitch to the right-hand batter is low, ball one. 6 innings have elapsed. The Indians lead the Orioles 2-0. No score, last of the second here in Chicago. Righty to the windup, and the pitch to Smitty. Curveball hit slowly to short. And Kubek up with it, fires to first and gets Smith. Boyer had range far to his left. He was shaded in close. And on the slow roller, he angled to his left to try and intercept it. But it got by him, but Kubek charging from deep short, scooped it up and cut loose with a fine peg to Getty. Now Minnie Minoso, hitting .306. Ford's pitch to the right-hand batter. High, ball one. Minnie is one of those players who has a lot of aches and pains, but still uses lots of tape and stays in the ball game. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, grounded to third. Up with it is Boyer. Throws on to Skowron, and Minoso is retired. 2 up and 2 down. Here's Sherm Lawler. Lawler batting .262. 0-0. It's the last of the second. Ford goes to the windup, and the pitch is curve inside, ball one. The Yankees won 11, the White Sox 9 in their 20 meetings. Nothing pitch. Curve is over. Strike one. 1-1. Gene Freeze on deck. The 1-1 pitch on its way to the right-hand batter. Curve is hit in the air to left. Hector Lopez waiting for it. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. No hits, no errors, no one left on. And of 2 innings of play, no score. The Yankees picking up 2 hits in the first inning, stranding 2 men. Now, Whitey Ford steps up. He's had 6 hits for 45 charged at bats. Early wind to the windup, and the pitch to Whitey. Fastball outside, ball one. Kubek and Lopez to follow. The 1-0 pitch to Ford. It's over, strike one, 1-1. One strike. Freeze shortened up at third. Outfield shallow straight away. Here's the pitch, and it's in there. Strike 2. Fastball. 1-2. Cal Hubbard, supervisor, American League umpire, is sitting in the stands, and former president Will Harridge along with him. The 1-2 pitch to Ford. Swung on, lined over short into left center for a base hit. And Ford will go, let's see, for 2. The ball got by Minoso. Landis chasing it, and Whitey trots into second with 2 bases. Whitey Ford lined it over short to left center. Minoso had just a chance of cutting it off, running it full tilt, leaning over, but couldn't do it. And Ford doubles to open the 3rd inning. Coming to bat is Tony Kubek, grounded out to Sam Esposito in the 1st inning. Sam playing second in place of the ailing Nellie Fox. Aparicio shades over towards second to try and hold Ford close. Freeze shortened up at third. Into the stretch. Ford with a very short lead. Looks back at the runner. Now the pitch. Swung on, a ground ball to short, and Ford's held at second. Aparicio comes up with it, throws to first, and Kubek's retired. Brubeck grounds out to short with no advance. Now Hector Lopez, single to right field in the first inning. That's always a big play when you can keep that man moving over to third with less than 2 outs. Fly ball is no good in a situation like this, as it might otherwise have been. Early Wynn checks Whitey, pitches. Lopez takes a strike over the outside corner. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Just scored a run in the 7th inning. Wynn ready. They pitch to Lopez. Low and away. Ball 1, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Early Wynn takes his cap off, mops his brow again. The sleeves of his undershirt. A 1-1 count on Hector. Ford leading away from second. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Ford on second base with his second double of the season. A 1-2 count on Lopez. 0-0. It's the first of the third. Wynn to the stretch. Look back at Ford. And the delivery. Swung on and fouled back behind the plate. Count remains 1-2. Threw him a let-up curveball. It low and away from the batter. A 1-2 count. One out. Ford moves off second. Wynn out to the stretch, looks around as Ford steps off the rubber. Now he's back on. Lopez back out. Now he's back in. A little battle of concentration here. Now the stretch with a 1-2 count, 1 out. Ford moves off second. Wynn delivers. The pitch is swung on as a one-hopper hit to Esposito. Flips on to first to get Lopez. Ford moving to third. Thus they're 2 down. And here's Roger Maris, who singled to right in the first inning. Al Lopez is moving his outfield. They were shading Maris toward right as they normally do, and Lopez said, play him more straight away. An indication of how he's going to pitch Raj. Pitch away from him. 2 down, and the delivery. Swung on, and it's a high pop-up out around second. Aparicio moves onto the ball and makes the catch. The side's retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 2.5 innings, New York nothing, and Chicago nothing. Mel? the third inning. Gene Freeze leads off for the White Sox, batting seventh in the order with Sam Esposito on deck and Early Wynn to follow. Nothing as we play in the last half of the third. Early Wynn having weathered two threats. Whitey Ford now ready to work with Gene Freeze stepping up. Gene Freeze hitting .266. Right-hand hitter. Outfield deep, round toward left. Biggest gap in the outfield right center. Ford's pitch. Low inside, ball one. Freeze with good power, also good speed. Good punter. Sometimes does that leading off. Here's the pitch. He's swinging and fouls it back. 1-1. One strike. Ford goes to the windup. The pitch swung on line to Richardson. That ball was lined low. Bobby had to charge it. Just as he came in on it, the ball hooked away from him. He had to reach off to the side to grab it. One down, and here's Sam Esposito, a Chicago boy. Hasn't been in too many games this year. He's nothing for 14. Right-hand batter. At the end of 7 innings, it's Cleveland 2, Baltimore 1. The Orioles are batting in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch to Esposito. Fastball over, strike one. 0-0, last to third in Chicago. Curve, and his little number hit out slowly toward the mound. Ford up with it, throws to first, and Esposito's retired. Early Wynn coming out of the dugout. The last of the third. Wynn, who's a switch hitter, will bat right-handed, of course, against Ford. A bit of a haze overhanging the playing field tonight. Here's the pitch to Wynn. Curveball over, strike one. Takes a moment now. Takes a clean white handkerchief out of his right hip pocket and dries off his hands. This is weight-losing weather out here. How many days has it been in the 90s and up to 100 a day? About a week or so. Ford to the windup and the pitch. Curveball hit slowly toward the mound. Ford up. He had to pick it up twice. Throws to first. And Wynn is retired. And Whitey goes through the first 9 men in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 3 innings, no score with the Yankees owning 3 hits and 3 men left on. For the Yankees. Mel? Taking his time. It's kind of a night where pitchers will be taking their time. Wynn leans forward, swings to the windup. Around comes the right arm. Here's the pitch, and it is very high. Ball one. A 1-0 count. pitchers with all his cunning and guile. Often will deliberately get behind a hitter to set him up before he gives him the pitch. He figures he can get over the plate. Now the pitch. High outside, ball 2. Eddie Lopez is that way. And a lot of hitters figure with 2 balls and no strikes, they're going to get a good pitch to hit. 3-1. A real smart pitcher every once in a while on a tough hitter often will deliberately get behind and figure the hitter will be anxious and go for the pitch he wants to hit anyway. The 2-0 delivery, swung on and missed. Strike 1, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, no score, 4th inning. The 2-1 delivery. It's up high, ball 3, 3-1. They teach a batter to, or rather a pitcher, to try and keep the ball low. But there are always exceptions to all rules. Wynn happens to be an exception in this regard. He's one of the best high ball pitchers in the business. High ball in the strike zone. 3-1 the count. Wind up and the 3-1 pitch. It's high for ball 4 and Mantle walks. Bill Skowron coming up. Bounced to the box in the first inning. Some of Moose's friends from down Lafayette, Indiana, where he went to college at Purdue, are up. And of course, Moose was raised in the Chicago area. Ray Shaw, who is a Hall of Famer, great catcher for the White Sox, coached baseball down there. Came up with a lot of his friends. Went into the stretch, check of Mantle. There goes Mickey. The pitch is taken, and the throw down, and Mantle is safe with a stolen base. Mantle steals second. On the first pitch to Skowron. Mickey's 13th stolen base. One ball, no strikes. No score, first to the 4th. Wynn into the stretch. You look around. And the pitch. It's outside, ball 2, 2-0. The tactic of Aparicio. He gets leading off and then got a walk, steal second, the equivalent of a double. He does that so often. Two balls, no strikes. Wynn checks Mantle. Here's the pitch. Skowron hits a little roller slowly towards second. Esposito up for the ball, throws to first just in time as Mantle goes to third. Esposito came in from deep second to field a little roller off the bat of Moose. Got by Wynn, and Moose is retired. Elston Howard coming up, flied to deep right center in the second inning. Now Al Lopez brings his infield in for play at the plate should the opportunity arise. Keep the ball low on Howard to try and make him hit on the ground. Or in the case of the high fastballs, make him pop up. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Howard that one by him. 0-1. Clete Boyer on deck. Batting .251. Infield in. Wynn to the windup. Mantle up the line. The pitch. It hits the bat. and skips back behind the plate. Howard was ducking a pitch that was way inside and hit the handle of the bat for a second strike. No balls, 2 strikes. That pitch was designed to back him away, and as Howard pulled away, the ball hit the handle of the bat. Thus, there's a 2-strike count now on Howard. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 3. Early Wynn continues his great clutch pitching. Up comes Clete Boyer, who flied to right center in the second inning. Twice in this game now, the Yankees have failed to score for want of a fly ball. In the fourth, and the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Fastball knee high. Wynn goes to the windup, and the pitch to Boyer. It's over, strike 2, 0-2. He's blazing them now. Boy, he turns it on when he has to. He keeps it on, but he has a little extra in reserve for the tough spot. No balls, 2 strikes. On third with 2 away. Now the windup by Wynn, the pitch, and Boyer takes the curve outside, 1-2. Cleveland got 1 run in the 8th inning. It's 3-1 as Baltimore bats in the 9th. 2 strikes. Mantle on third. The windup. Infield in. Wynn to the windup. Mantle up the line. The pitch. It hits the bat and skips back behind the plate. Howard was ducking a pitch that was way inside and hit the handle of the bat for a second strike. No balls, 2 strikes. That pitch was designed to back him away, and as Howard pulled away, the ball hit the handle of the bat. Thus, there's a 2-strike count now on Howard. Wynn into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 3. Early Wynn continues his great clutch pitching. Comes Clete Boyer, who flied to right center in the second inning. Twice in this game now, the Yankees have failed to score for want of a fly ball. Two away in the fourth. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Fastball knee high. Goes to the windup. And the pitch to Boyer. It's over. Strike 2. 0-2. He's blazing them now. Boy, he turns it on when he has to. He keeps it on, but he has a little extra in reserve for the tough spot. No balls, 2 strikes. third with 2 away. Now the windup by Wynn, the pitch, and Boyer takes the curve outside, 1-2. Cleveland got 1 run in the 8th inning. It's 3-1 as Baltimore bats in the 9th. 2 strikes. Mantle on third. The windup by Wynn. Here's the pitch, and Boyer takes it just outside 2-2. Two strikes, 2 outs. Mantle on third, no score. It's the 4th inning. Early Wynn gets the sign from Lawler. Goes into the windup. Round comes the right arm, the pitch, and Boyer hits the ground ball to second. Esposito up with it, flips the Severs, and the side's retired. Once again, Early Wynn stops them. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 3.5 innings, New York nothing, Chicago nothing.
Bottom of the 4th, it'll be Landis, Aparicio, and Severs.
To the order, Jim Landis, Louis Aparicio, and Roy Severs. Top of the order. Landis hit to the box in the 1st inning. Whitey Ford, doing the pitching for the Yankees, retired the White Sox in order over the first 3 innings. The pitch to Landis. In there, strike 1, fastball. Jim Landis hitting .250. The 1-strike pitch. Fastball lined into left center field for a base hit. And Mantle boots the ball, and Landis goes on into second with 2. A single and an error. Landis is on second. Nobody out. The batter never goes to the third in the 1st inning. Boyer and Skowron shorten up. Ford to the stretch. Look around the runner. And the pitch to Aparicio is in there. Strike 1. Landis on second. Pickoff throws off the glove of Kubek, and on to third now goes Landis. Mantle backs up. And the throw back to Ford bounces off his shoulder, and Boyer grabs it. Jim Landis is on third base. On an error. Whitey Ford on a pickoff attempt. Now the infield is in for a play at the plate so they get the chance. Landis on third, nobody out. 1 strike on Aparicio. The windup and the pitch. Gets away from Howard, and Landis scores, and it's 1-0 Chicago. So Jim Landis came all the way around without any aid from his teammates, but with plenty of help on the defense. delivery. Swung on, grounded to short. Kubek's up with it. Fires on to first in time. One away. They changed it to a wild pitch. The ball hit the ground in front of the plate and bounced by Howard. Now Roy Seaver steps up. Line to short in the first inning. Jim Landis singles to center. Continues to second on an error. Moves to third on a pickoff throw error. And scores on a wild pitch. Ford delivers to Sievers. Inside and low, ball one. Into the windup and the pitch. Low and inside, ball two. Two balls, no strikes. Again to the windup. Here's the pitch to Sievers. Curveball, and it's over. Strike one. 2-1. A 2-1 count on Roy. Here's the pitch on its way, and it's low. Ball three. 3-1. Al Smith on deck. In the fourth inning, 1 out. 1-0 Chicago. The 3-1 delivery. It's low and inside, ball four. Sievers draws the walk. Now Al Smith comes up. Grounded to short in the second inning. Minnie Minosa to follow. Whitey checks the runner. And the pitch to Smith. Inside, ball one. A throw down to first. Sievers is back. Roy was way off. He got back in time. Forward into the stretch, and the pitch. Low, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Nothing count on Smitty. Ford's next pitch. Swung on, bounced to Boyer. Boyer over to Richardson for one. Back on to first, and it's a bad throw. No double play. Fourth out at second. Boyer to Richardson. Missed the double play when Richardson's throw was wide on the home plate side. And that brings up Minnie Minoso. Grounded to third in the second inning. 2 out. Ford delivers to Minosa. Low and inside. Curveball. Stretch. Smitty leads away. Throw over to first base. Smith is back. Sox. It's the last of the fourth. Forward into the stretch. Smith leads off first base. A look over by Whitey. Then the pitch to the plate. Fastball loops into the air down the right field line. Moving over for it is Maris. He's under it and makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 4 innings, the White Sox, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. The Yankees, no run, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 4 men left on base. The Orioles rallied in the ninth, but only got 1, and the ball game is over, and Cleveland beat them 3-2. Cleveland, 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Baltimore, 2 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Jim Perry winning his 16th game, and Milt Pappas is charged with a loss. Detroit leading Boston 2-0 end of 3. Washington 0. Kansas City batting in the first inning. Philadelphia 2, Chicago 0, end of 6.5. Los Angeles, Cincinnati scoreless end of 4. St. Louis 1, Pittsburgh 0, end of 6.5. San Francisco 4, Milwaukee 1, end of 2.5. So the stage is set for one of these two teams to pick up ground tonight. As we move to the 5th inning, your host, the brewers of the Christopher Fresher Valentine beer, the light beer with true lager flavor. That's what makes it the Christopher Fresher. We pause for station identification.
At 1460 on your radio dial, this is Quality Modern, WOKO, in Albany, New York. The correct time is 9 minutes past 10 o'clock.
Half of the 5th inning. Bobby Richardson hitting 8th in the order leads off. Lined out to right field in the 2nd inning. Whitey Ford to follow, and then Tony Kubek. Early Wynn goes to the windup. Around comes the right arm, in comes the pitch, and it is low outside, ball 1. 1-0 Chicago, 5th inning. Near the line. The 1-0 pitch on its way from Wynn. Outside, ball 2. 2-0. Outfield straight away. Bobby's batting .244. The 2-0 delivery to Richardson. Right over, strike 1, fastball. 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's outside for ball 3. 3-1. Delivery. Over, strike 2, full count. Three balls, 2 strikes on Bobby Richardson. Wynn swings to the windup. Around comes the right arm, and the payoff pitch is swung on, grounded slowly to short. Aparicio scoops it up, flips on to first in time, 1 away. Hits that ball on the handle. Whitey Ford comes up. He's had one of the Yankees' 3 hits. He doubled open the 3rd. That's as far as he got. He did get around the 3rd. 1-0 Chicago, 5th inning. Wynn's pitch to Whitey. Fastball over, strike 1. shading him a little more to left center this time. Whitey lined the ball into left center. Gives him more right center. A one-strike pitch. It's over. Strike two. 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Inside for a ball. 1-2. One to nothing favors Chicago, playing the fifth inning. Wynn fires away, and it's in there. Called strike three. Two down in the fifth. Up comes Tony Kubek, who grounded to second and grounded to short. Batting .286. A little breeze stirring up here now. 1-0 in favor of the White Sox in the fifth inning. Wynn's pitch on its way, swung on, foul to the left of the plate. Strike one. Hit 6 balls to the outfield. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside, and the count is 1-1. One ball, one strike. Wynn pitches. Kubek takes high and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Wynn's working effortlessly this evening. The 2-1 pitch on its way. Tony Kubek swings, fouls it back. Strike 2, 2-2. Two strikes, 2 outs. Now the 2-2 pitch from early Wynn to Tony Kubek. Swung on, foul back. Count remains 2-2. For any late tuners in the first inning, Lopez and Maris singled back-to-back with 1 out, putting runners on first and third. Wynn knocked off Mantle and Scarron. Ford opened the third with a double. Only got as far as third. Mantle walked, opened the fourth, and stole second immediately. Got no further than third. The 2-2 pitch again, swung on, the fly ball into short left. Aparicio races out, Manosa in. Aparicio makes the catch. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. 6 in a row retired by Wynn. 9 out of the last 10. 12 out of the last 13. 14 out of the last 16. And so it's down to 4.5 innings. It's Chicago 1. New York, nothing. Kevin Lawler leads off in the last of the fifth with Gene Freese on deck, Sam Esposito to follow. Lawler flies to left field in the second. Ford goes to the windup, and the pitch to Lawler, curveball. It's over. Strike one. Another curve, and it's hit into deep left center. Randall digging, going hard, still going hard, and one hands it backhanded short of the fence in deep left center. One away. Mickey Mantle taking an extra base hit away from Sherm Lawler as he made a running backhand catch in front of the 375-foot mark, just short of the left center field fence. Gene Freese, who lined out to short in the third inning. 1-0 Chicago, fifth inning. Ford's pitch in there, strike one, fastball. Strike pitch is a curve fouled off to the right of the plate. Strike two. Here's the two-strike pitch. Fastball inside, 1-2. White Sox have had two base runners, and one of them scored. Pitch on its way. Gene Freese swings and bounces it to third. One hop. Boyer has it. Throws on over to Skowron to retire Freese. 2 up and 2 down. And up comes Sam Esposito. Tapped to the box in the third inning. If you tuned in late, after retiring the first 9 men, Landis led off in the fourth with a single. Continued on to second when the ball was bobbled. Took third on an error on a pickoff throw and scored on a wild pitch. Pitch is foul back by Esposito. All of that happened before the next man could finish his time at bat. Now the one-strike pitch to Esposito. Fastball is in there, strike two, 0-2. Why'd you put a little extra on that one? Two strikes. And the next delivery. Swung on a high pop-up out back of the mound. Kubek calls for it. Makes the catch and the side's retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 5 innings, the White Sox 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. The Yankees, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 4 men left on base. Change in our TV schedule because of programming difficulties. We will not be able to televise the Saturday afternoon game at Detroit, but instead we will televise the night game from here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. In the first half of the 6th inning, Hector Lopez, Roger Maris, and Mickey Mantle coming up. Cleveland defeated Baltimore 3-2. Detroit 2, Boston nothing, end of 4. Washington, Kansas City nothing, end of 1. In the National League, Phils lead the Cubs 2-0, end of 7. Los Angeles and Cincinnati, no score at the end of 4.5 innings. St. Louis 2, Pittsburgh nothing at the end of 7.5. San Francisco 4, Milwaukee 2 at the end of 3.5. Forget the big series with the Orioles, Friday night the 16th, Saturday afternoon the 17th, and doubleheader Sunday the 18th. Just 8 states remaining on the Yankee home schedule. Hector Lopez steps up. He singled to right and grounded to second. taking plenty of time. Nice, ready to work. Goes into the windup, and the pitch to Lopez. Outside, ball one. Wynn has retired 14 of the last 16 men. The 1-0 pitch to the right-hand batter. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Tried to fool a fastball. A 1-1 count. One strike. Now the pitch is on its way. Outside for ball 2-1. Wynn thought he hit the corner. Two balls, one strike. 1-0 White Sox, 6th inning. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike two. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Outfield straight away. Up, around comes the right arm, and the pitch is swung on. A foul ball hit off first base and out of play. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on its way to Lopez. Swung on it, missed. Strike three. Lawler drops the ball, throws on down to Severs. One away. Lopez strikes out. 4 strikeouts for Wynn. And he's retired 15 out of 17. And 7 in a row. Roger Maris single to right and pops to short. Looks around and moves Esposito a little closer to first base. The big right-hander delivers. Swung on and fouled back. Strike one. 0-1. Chicago. We're in the 6th inning. Wynn leans forward, goes to the windup. Around comes the right arm. Here's the pitch, and Maris swings and hits a line drive to Esposito. And they're 2 away. 2 down now. And here's Mantle, who struck out and walked. One to nothing Chicago. First half of the 6th inning. Wynn goes to his windup, and the pitch to Mantle. High, ball one. One ball, no strikes. In comes the next pitch. High, ball 2. The 2-0 pitch to Mickey. It's in there. Strike one, 2-1. White Sox leading 1-0 in the 6th inning. One strike. And the pitch. High, ball 3. 3-1. Three balls, one strike, two away. 1-0 Chicago, first of the 6th. Swings to the windup. Around comes the right arm. In comes the 3-1 pitch. It is swung on and lined over first down the right field line for a base hit. Mantle turns first, heads for second. Here's Smitty's throw. Mantle digging hard, slides, and he's in there with a double. Aparicio gave him a decoy as if the ball's not on its way. Smith made a fine throw. A two-bagger for Mantle with 2 down in the 6th inning. Hit to the box and grounded to second. 4th hit for New York. Wynn dries his hands. He doesn't use the rosin bag. Very rarely ever goes to it. To the stretch now. Checks Mantle, leading off second. Pitch to Scoresheet. High, ball 1. Early feels that too great a use of the rosin bag doesn't give you the real feel of the ball, or it makes it a little too sticky. He just dries his hands off on his trousers. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Mantle on second. 1-0 Chicago, 6th inning. Pitch to the Moose. Swung on line to right field for a base hit. Here comes Mantle round third, heading for home, and comes in to score the tying run on a line single to right by Scoresheet. 1-1. With 2 outs, Mantle doubles and Scoresheet singles him home to tie the score at 1-1. Driving in his 87th run, and Mantle scoring his 106th run, leads the Major League. Elston Howard flied to right center and struck out. 2 away. Stretch. Flips over the left shoulder. Moose pitches to the plate. Howard takes the strike. 0-1 is the fastball. Outfield playing him straight away. Moose moving away from first. Wynn pitches and Howard takes it low outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Score tied 1-1. 6th inning. Cleveland defeated the Orioles 3-2. Each club battling to gain an advantage as a result. Wynn once more into the stretch. Checks Scoresheet. Then pitches, and Howard swings and hits the pop-up to short. Aparicio makes the catch, and the side's retired. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 5.5 innings, New York 1, Chicago 1.
Yankee baseball coming to you over Quality Modern, WOKO in Albany, New York. 24 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock.
Have Early Wynn as the first batter, then Jim Landis and Louis Aparicio. Tomorrow night Tonight we will televise the game as well as broadcast it on radio. When getting a hand as he comes up. Whitey Ford has changed his uniform. It's a wickedly hot night. He had the other one drenched with perspiration. The switch hitting early Wynn, batting right-handed against Ford, bounced to the box in the third inning. A 1-1 ball game, last of the sixth. Ford goes to the windup and the pitch to Wynn. Low and inside, ball one. Nothing delivery to Wynn is a curveball over. Strike one. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Wynn takes it high outside. Ball two. 2-1. One strike. Here's the next pitch, and it's inside, ball three. Curveball missed. Here's the 3-1 pitch to early Wynn. Fastball is over, strike two. Full count. Moves out of the batter's box, scoops up a little dirt. Guys back in the hitting position. Ford goes to the windup, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, lined over short to left center, and it's in there for an extra base hit. Wynn turns first, on his way to second. Here's the throw, and he's in there with a double. To left center, the leadoff of the White Sox in the sixth inning. And with that, Casey calls Eddie Lopad over. And they're going to have somebody warm up shortly. Bob Turley gets up to throw for New York. Ford ready. Here's the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. He's starting to bunt. He's got Boyer back fairly deep at third. A 1-1 count. Again to the stretch. Now the pitch, and it is bunted foul to the left of the plate. Strike two, 1-2. Two strikes, nobody out. Sixth inning. Yankees won, White Sox won. Win on second base. Nobody out. A 1-2 count on Jim Landis. Ford into the stretch. Then steps off the rubber. Asks for the sign again. Now we're ready. The pitch to Landis. Swung on, line down the left field line, foul. Count remains 1-2. Tied into a slow curve and pulled it foul. 2 strikes. Win on second, nobody out in a 1-1 ball game. Whitey Ford ready to work, delivers, and Landis takes it high, ball 2, 2-2. Two strikes. Forward to the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's in there. Called strike 3. Jim Landis caught on a breaking pitch. 1 down, and the batter is Louis Aparicio. Grounded to third and grounded to short. Boyer has to come in at third. Scarron playing in shallow at first. Outfield about straight away. Here's the delivery. Swung on and fouled back into the upper deck. Strike 1. Count on Aparicio. Louis holds that bat off the right shoulder, leans over the plate. The pitch curve is hit back through the middle. The base hit, and early Wynn rounds third, heads to the plate. Here's Mantl's throw, and Wynn is complete. The ball is dropped by Howard. And into second goes Aparicio. And it's 2-1 Chicago. Appeared that Mantle's throw had him beaten, and Howard dropped the throw. Aparicio taking second on the throw to the plate. Aparicio singles through the middle. Credited with a run batted in, and Wynn scores. Mantle got off a beautiful throw. Howard dropped the ball. Here's Roy Sievers now. Line to short and walks. That Mantle's throw had him beaten, and Howard dropped the throw. Aparicio taking second on the throw to the plate. Aparicio singles through the middle. Credited with a run batted in, and Wynn scores. Mantle got off a beautiful throw. Howard dropped the ball. Here's Roy Sievers now. Line to short and walk. The 55th run batted in by Aparicio. Roy Sievers digs in. Forward to the stretch. Aparicio with the lead. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Has a big lead off second, and you start to break to third, and Whitey jumps around off the rubber. One ball, no strikes. Stretch by fourth. And the pitch. Curveball is hit in the air in the right field. Maris moves under it in shallow right, makes the catch, no advance. 2 down. And here's Al Smith. The White Sox leading 2-1. Al Smith Smith hitting .314. Grounded to short and grounded to third. Ford's pitch to Smitty. Swung on as a smash. That's beautifully on a hop by Kubek. The throw in time. And the side's retired. Tony Kubek robbing Al Smith of a base hit on a brilliant break to his left and spear of a wicked one-hopper. Taking a base hit away from Smith and a run from the White Sox. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 6 innings, the White Sox 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left on. The Yankees 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 5 men left on base. In the first half of the 7th inning, Clete Boyer leads off for New York, flied to right center and grounded to second. Richardson scheduled, but there's McDougald out on deck. Meantime, wind to the windup and the pitch to Boyer. A little high, ball 1. McDougald will bat for Richardson. Boyer's bat. Here's the pitch. And it's in there. A 1-1 count. White Sox leading 2-1, 7th inning. Year-old early win goes into the windup. In comes the pitch, and Boyer swings and fouls it back upstairs. A 1-2 count. Boyer hitting .248. The 1-2 pitch to the right-hand hitter. Swung on and fouled off. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Goes into the windup. In comes the pitch, and Boyer hits a fly ball into right field. Al Smith gets back under it, makes the catch, 1 away. Gil McDougald coming up to bat for Bobby Richardson. Gil batting .254. Richardson had the line to right and grounded to short in his 2 turns at the plate. Bob Turley continues to warm up for New York. Outfield playing Gill straight away. Freeze in close at third. Here's the pitch to Gill. Outside, ball 1. 2-1 Chicago, 7th inning. The 1-0 delivery. It's over. Strike 1. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Gill. Swung on, looped into right. Smith comes in under it and makes the catch. 2 down. Whitey Ford's coming up. Ford doubled and took a 3rd strike. 2-1 Chicago. It's the first of the 7th. so nobody on. Wins first pitch to Whitey. Ball one inside. A 1-0 pitch. Ford misses. Strike one. 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here's the delivery. Swung on, lined out over second into center for a base hit. Whitey Ford gets his second hit. Singles to center with 2 out in the 7th. He's had 2 of the Yankees' 6 hits. Here's Tony Kubek, who grounded to second, grounded to short, and popped out to short. Batting .285. Hector Lopez on deck. White Sox out front, 2-1, 7th inning. Receivers playing behind Ford. Wind to the stretch. Here's the pitch to Tony. Inside, ball one. Stretch. Ford moves off first. 2 outs. And the pitch swung on. The fly ball hit into left field. Manny Minoso goes over, under it, and makes the catch. Sides retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on at the end of 6.5 innings. Chicago 2, New York 1. 5. We will televise Friday night from Detroit. We will not do it Saturday afternoon. But we'll televise the doubleheader from Cleveland Sunday. Yankees home with the Orioles Friday night the 16th, Saturday afternoon the 17th. It will be a ladies' day and a doubleheader Sunday the 18th. Manny Minoso steps in the last of the 7th. Grounded to third and flied to right. Right-hand batter, Whitey Ford to the windup. The pitch is a curve and it's low, ball one. Manny hitting .304. Chicago in the 7th inning. Ford's delivery in there for a strike, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Low curve, bounces in front of the plate. 2-1 count. One strike. Here's the pitch. Another curve. It's lined into left field. Coming fast as Hector Lopez can't get it. The base hit. Manny Minoso opens with a single to left. Manny is playing on a game leg. And he's going to get a runner now. Jim Rivera goes in to run for Minoso. Rivera goes in to run for Manny. Sherman Lawler comes to bat. Gene Priest on deck. And again, the signal goes out to the Yankee bullpen. 4th hit for Chicago. Lawler flied to left, and Mantle made a fine running catch in his drive. Throw over to first base, Rivera's back. Ford into the stretch, and now time is called. Lawler steps out. Now he's back in. Stretch by Whitey. the pitch. Pitch out. Runners not going. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. Rivera with his lead. And the delivery. In there, strike one, 1-1. 2-1 Chicago, seventh inning. A 1-1 count on Lawler. Jim Rivera leading away. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate. Strike two. One ball, two strikes. Gene Freese on deck. Swinging his head around and loosening up the neck muscles. A 1-2 count on Lawler. Moves in closer to the plate now, up on the bat just a little bit, guarding the plate. Whitey to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball inside and low, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 Chicago, seventh inning, nobody out. Rivera running for Minoso. And then he, of course, is a fine base runner himself, but he has a game leg. Moves off the bag with a good lead. Forward into the stretch. Moves over to first base. Rivera bags an easy toss over. A 2-2 count on Lawler. Again, the stretch by Ford. Rivera dances off first, as if he's ready to go. Whitey steps off. Weber throws over quickly. Rivera gets back. Again, the stretch. Rivera with a good lead. Ford eyeing him. And the pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. Full count. Count on Sherm Lawler. 2-1 Chicago, seventh inning. Rivera moves off first, and there he goes. The pitch is hit deep to left field. It is deep out there, and the ball is into the stands for a home run. Just went off. Sherm Lawler homered into the left center field lower stands, scoring Rivera ahead of him, and it is 4-1 Chicago. Now Gene Freese lined to short and grounded to third. The pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Whitey, who was worrying about Rivera, 3-2 count built up on Lawler, and he teed off into the left center field stand. Here's the pitch to Freese. Swung on. There's a drive, and it's gone foul the upper deck in left field. 4-1 in favor of Chicago. That was Lawler's 7th home run of the year. Five runs made it in. The 1-1 pitch to Gene Freese. Curveball. It hit deep to left field. That ball is going foul. squeezed this feet off him. But pulled it too much. And brought Casey up off the bench. Louis Arroyo warming up. The White Sox leading now 4-1 on 5 hits. The 1-2 pitch swung on. There's a high fly ball into deep left center. Lopez goes back at the running track and makes the catch. One down. Here's Sam Esposito. Hit to the box and popped out to short. In favor of the White Sox in a must game for Chicago. They're all must games for the contenders now. Here's the pitch to Esposito. He bunts it into the air behind the plate, and Howard can't get to it. Strike one. Playing in place of the ailing Nellie Fox. One strike the count. Now the pitch. It bounces in front of the plate. Ball one. 1-1. A 1-1 count. The pitch. Swung on, say pop foul off third. Boyer moves over near the stands and makes the catch. Esposito fouls out to Boyer. Early win will be coming up. 2 runs in for the White Sox. It's 4-1 Chicago. Hit to the box and doubled to left center. Scored the second of the White Sox 4 runs, riding home on a single by Aparicio. Ford's pitch to Wynn. High, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. The next pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Howard looking over to the Yankee dugout. The 2-0 pitch. Curveball, high outside, ball 3, 3-0. Whitey apparently has begun to wilt under the heat. Howard goes out to talk to him now. No strikes. Jim Landis on deck. And the pitch. It's way inside, ball 4. Wynn draws a walk, and Casey now is out of the dugout. Second walk given up by Ford. pitcher. Luis Arroyo is coming in. Luis Arroyo. 36,732 is the paid attendance tonight. The paid attendance, 36,732, sending the White Sox home paid attendance this year to 1,429,682, a new one-season record for Chicago. As for 53 playing dates, the Yankees at home in 56 playing dates have had 1,427,413. As Luis Arroyo walks in, we pause for station identification.
Quality Modern, WOKO 1460 on your radio dial in Albany, New York. 9 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock.
In 6 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 1, and has given up 4 runs. Is responsible, of course, for early wins. For those of you who looked in late, Ford started out in strong fashion. He retired the first 9 White Sox players, and then in the 4th inning, Jim Landis lined the single to center and continued on to second when the ball was bobbled for an error. He moved to third when Ford attempted to pick off and threw the ball away for a second error in the inning, and scored as Ford wild pitched him home, all before Aparicio, the next batter, could finish his turn to plate. Then in the 6th inning, after Mantle had doubled and Skowron singled to tie the score in the first of the 6th, Early Wynn hit a 3-2 pitch to left center for a double and scored an Aparicio single. After pitching 3-hit ball for 6 innings, here in the 7th, Minoso opened with a single. Rivera went in to run for him, and as Ford worried about Rivera and Lawler, worked the count to 3-2, and Lawler hit the pitch into the left center field stands for a home run. With 2 down, he walked Wynn. Now, Landis is up. Arroyo's pitch is swung on, bounced out towards second. McDougal to his left, grabs it, throws to Skowron, and the side's retired. Luis Arroyo retiring Jim Landis on his first pitch. 2 runs for the White Sox in the 7th inning. Lawler's 2-run homer. 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And at the end of 7 innings, Chicago, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 left on. The Yankees, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 6 men left on base. Smith has moved to left field in place of Minnie Minoso. Jim Rivera, who went in to run for Minoso, stays in, plays right field. Hector Lopez singled to right, grounded to second, and struck out. 4-1 Chicago, 8th inning. Early Wynn pitches outside, ball 1. White Sox leading 4-1. Now the pitch. Lopez takes a strike, 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the next pitch to Hector. Swung on to high pop-up and foul ground off third base. Freezes under it and makes the catch. One away. Now Roger Maris, who singled to right, popped to short, and lined to second. Bob Shaw has been loosening up in the White Sox bullpen.
Roger Maris, the batter.
One down in the eighth inning. Early Wynn, who beat the Yankees in New York 5-1 in his last effort against them, leading 4-1 here in the eighth. The big right-hander is pitched right over, strike one. Maris wants to have a look at the ball. On Raj. Went into the windup and the pitch. Started to bunt at it and held off. Ball one outside. 1-1. Wynn has pitched 4 complete games in his last 5 starts and won them all. Seeking his 283rd Major League victory tonight. Has 284. The 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2, 2-1. Ditmar and either Pierce or Baumann tomorrow night. Right-hander goes to work, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back, strike 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, lined into left center field for a base hit. Hit a fastball. Landis throws back into Aparicio. Roger Maris getting his second hit. Up comes Mickey Mantle, who scored the Yankees' only run. Struck out, drew a walk, stole second. Didn't get further than third, but then with 2 out in the 6th, he doubled to right and scored on Skowron single. One out in the 8th inning. The Yankees' 7th hit. Wynn to the stretch. And then Mantle asks for time. Paparella grants it. Mantle steps out. Mantle's back in. Wynn to the stretch. One away. 4-1 Chicago, 8th inning. The delivery in there, strike 1, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Seaver's playing in behind Maris. Wynn delivers, and Mantle takes up high, ball 1, 1-1. Favor the White Sox. It's the 8th inning. One ball, 1 strike. Wynn into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2, 1-2. wipes his brow, takes his cap off, and wipes the perspiration off the band on the knee. A 1-2 count. One away, 4-1 White Sox in the 8th inning. Maris off first. Wynn ready. Here's the pitch, and it's up high for a 2-2 count. Balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away. Wynn into the stretch. Maris leading off first. Then Wynn steps off the rubber. Mantle steps out. Set. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back upstairs. Count remains 2-2. Shaw and Staley limbering up in the White Sox bullpen. Chicago in the 8th inning. Wynn taking lots of time. Now he looks in to get the sign from Lawler. Roger Maris leads off first. The stretch by Wynn. 1 out. And the 2-2 pitch. High ball 3. Full count. Once again, the stretch by Wynn. Maris moving off first. 1 out. And the pitch. It's low and inside. Ball 4. Mantle walks for the second time. Scarron's coming up. Maris moves to second. Scarron hit to the box, grounded to second, and singled to right to drive in the Yankee run. On second, Mantle on first, 1 away. White Sox 4, Yankees 1. Wynn to the stretch. Now the pitch to Moose. Swung on, a ground ball hit the second. It's bobbled, and all hands are safe. Esposito booted the ball. The bases are loaded. The ball was hit slowly through the middle, right near the bag. Esposito was trying to scoop it so he could step on second and throw to first, and he booted it. That loads the bases. Maris moving to third, Mantle to second, Scarron to first, and the scheduled batter is Elston Howard. Casey is going to send up Yogi Berra. Berra will hit for Elston Howard. Yogi's batting .288. In the 8th inning, Chicago 4, New York 1. Berra coming up to bat for Howard. Maris on third, Mantle on second, and Scarron on first. Loud and Staley in the White Sox bullpen. 3 men lead away. The pitch to Yogi. Inside, ball 1. Lead away, the windup, and the pitch to Berra. Swung on a line drive into center for a base hit. Berra scores. Mantle rounds third. Stopping at second is Scarron. Mantle scores. It's 4-3. And out of the dugout comes Al Lopez. Yogi Berra is hitting successfully for Elston Howard. Singles to center to drive in 2 runs and makes it 4-3. Driving in his 53rd and 54th runs. And that brings Al Lopez out and automatically brings Early Wynn out, second time to the mound. Wynn pitched 7 and 1/3 innings, giving up 8 hits. Jerry Staley is coming in. Wynn departs. Wynn walked 2 and struck out 4. The sinker ball specialist, Jerry Staley, is coming in to pitch, making his 58th appearance. He has a record of 12-7. An ace fireman. An earned run average of 2.25. Scarron stopped at second. Realizing he had no chance to get Mantle, held a potential tying run at second instead of trying to throw to the plate, giving a chance for it to move to third, where it might have scored on an out on a fly ball. John Blanchard's been called from the bullpen. Clete Boyer is the man scheduled to bat. Blanchard comes into the dugout. Casey's talking to him. And Blanchard apparently will bat for Boyer. John Blanchard will hit for Clete Boyer. Hitting 268, left-hand batter. Coming up to bat for Boyer was Scarron on second and Berra on first. And Jerry Staley coming in to relieve Wynn. 2 runs in, it's 4-3 Chicago. Remember the last time that Staley pitched here? Did his job to perfection, and there were errors on ground balls. Drawn in infield. Infield back at double play depth. Scarron on second. Berra on first with 1 out. The pitch now to Blanchard. 4-3 Chicago, 8th inning. And the delivery. It's in there for a strike. 0-1. Fastball that time on the outside corner. Staley delivers, and Blanchard swings and sends a drive in the left center field. There goes Smith for it, and he grabs it, and then drops it. Here comes Scarron in to score. Yogi digging for third. He's around third. Here's the throw to the plate. Yogi jumps hard, and he dives in and scores behind Scarron. a brilliant running catch and then lost the ball. Blanchard winds up on second, scoring. 2 runs on the base hit. 4 runs are in, and the Yankees lead 5-4. John Blanchard drove a long drive to left center. Al Smith raced over and apparently had made an extraordinary running catch and then did not hold on to the ball, and it scored as a double for Johnny Blanchard. And 2 runs batted in, and the Yankees lead 5-4. And here now is Gil McDougall. A runner for Blanchard. Jim Pisoni, who joined the club tonight, will run for Blanchard. And here's Gil McDougall. Grounded to short and flied to right. Pisoni is running for Blanchard. Pitching now to McDougall. Low and inside, ball 1. Johnny Blanchard coming through with a pinch hit double. What a catch that Smith would have made if it had held on to it. 13 runs batted in for John. Here's the pitch. Gill takes it high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Successive pinch hits by Berra and Blanchard, and the Yankees have 4 runs in and lead 5-4. Pisoni leading off second. The pitch to Gill swung on and fouled off. Strike 1, 2-1. With 1 out, Maris singled, walked to Mantle, an error by Esposito loaded the bases. Berra singled for Howard to drive in 2, and Blanchard doubled to drive in 2. Pisoni has a big lead. Esposito moving closer to the bag. Staley to the stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Brought up 2 players, pitcher Stowe and outfielder Pisoni. Pisoni running for Blanchard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the delivery is inside, almost hit Gill. Ball 3, 3-2. Yankee bullpen is Gil McDougall. For Blanchard. Jim Pisoni, who joined the club tonight, will run for Blanchard. And here's Gil McDougall. Grounded to short and flied to right. Pisoni is running for Blanchard. Staley pitching now to McDougall. Low and inside, ball 1. Johnny Blanchard coming through with a pinch hit double. What a catch that Smith would have made if it had held on to it. 13 runs batted in for John. Here's the pitch. Gill takes it high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Successive pinch hits by Berra and Blanchard, and the Yankees have 4 runs in and lead 5-4. Pisoni leading off second. The pitch to Gill swung on and fouled off. Strike 1, 2-1. With 1 out, Maris singled, walked to Mantle, an error by Esposito loaded the bases. Berra singled for Howard to drive in 2, and Blanchard doubled to drive in 2. Pisoni has a big lead. Esposito moving closer to the bag. Staley to the stretch. And And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Yankees brought up 2 players. Pitcher Stowe and outfielder Pisoni. Pisoni running for Blanchard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the delivery is inside. Almost hit Gill. Ball 3, 3-2. Yankee bullpen is busy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate. Pisoni's contract was purchased from Richmond. Now, there's a fan went out on the field and he starts a fight with Esposito. Esposito belts him. And now the players and the attendants run and get the guy. Some man ran onto the field, went to talk to Esposito and made an error in the inning. And as he stood there for seconds, suddenly he said something to Esposito and he starts swapping punches. Frames ushers quickly gather, and some of the White Sox players, and this fellow is being taken off the field. And the policeman grab him. Oh, about that. He suddenly ran onto the field and stood talking to Esposito, and just as we were about to call attention to it, they started swinging. Esposito really belted it. And I think that's the first time I've seen in a long while a ball player finally fan who had run out onto the field and was taking him to task and started to go after him. Apparently, I would have presumed for having made the error in this inning. And Esposito finally let go. Boy, he really felt it. Well, what else is new? Esposito's all right. I'll tell you this, I'd hate to be in his booth. Full count on McDougal. Tony leading off second. Staley ready. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left of the plate. Man alive. Just about tell you about the Sony being contract being bought from Richmond, and all of a sudden this fan loomed up from nowhere and started to get on Esposito. Once again, the 3-2 pitch swung on it, missed. Strike 3. McDougal strikes out. And now with Luis Arroyo due up. Is going to have Arroyo come up and bat. Casey thought a moment, and Arroyo's going to come up and bat. Coates is in the bullpen now. Boy, it's been a wild 8th inning. Arroyo will bat with 2 down in the 8th, 5-4 New York. Was the winner in 10 seconds of the first round. Luis Arroyo up. 2 down. Pisoni on second, running for Blanchard. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 4 runs in the 8th inning. 5-4 New York. Field straight away, shallow. Staley to the stretch. And the pitch. Swung on, little roller, hit to short. Aparicio up with it, flips to first in time, and the side's retired. 4 runs. gone, been of 7.5 innings. The Yankees 5 and the White Sox 4. And the last of the 8th, it'll be Aparicio, Severs, and Smith. First 3 men up. Well, I don't know what's next. I have a suggestion. Valentine beer.
Baseball coming to you over Quality Modern, WLKO 1460 on your radio dial in Albany, New York. 21 minutes before midnight.
It's the light beer with true lager flavor. That's what makes it the crisp refresher. So treat your thirst to the crisp refresher. Just make that famous 3-ring sign. And ask the man for a tall, frosty glass of Valentine. Valentine beer. Jim Pisoni is going to left field in place of Hector Lopez, and Joe DeMaestri goes into play second base. McDougal goes over to third with Boyer out. Pisoni, who ran for Blanchard, stays in. Seventh in the order. And DeMaestri will hit 6th. Let me check that. Wait a minute. Berra stays in the game back for plate, so he will bat 6th. DeMaestri will hit 2nd in the order. Now we're ready for the last of the 8th. Yankees 5, White Sox 4. Louis Aparicio at bat. Grounded to third and short and single to center, driving a run. Arroyo to the windup, and the pitch to Aparicio. Swung on, grounded toward short. And it's booted, and then the throw, too late. Tony Kubek made an error, and Aparicio is on. Tony bobbled the ball, grabbed it, and then fired to first, but too late. So that puts Aparicio on. Nobody out in the 8th, and Roy Severs up. Walked and flied to right. Oh, Louis is aboard. Arroyo to the stretch, and the pitch in there for a strike. Louis Aparicio aboard on an error. Roy Severs awaits the delivery. Throw to first base instead, and Aparicio is back. Aparicio with his lead. The pitch, Severs swings and grounds it toward McDougal. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It's a double play. Severs grounds into a double play. McDougal to DeMaestri to Scoresheet. Now Al Smith comes up. Grounded to short and third and short. Digs in, 5-4 New York, last of the 8th, 2 outs. Louis Arroyo into the windup, and the pitch. Low and inside, ball 1, gets away from Berra. A 1-0 count on Smitty. Arroyo goes to the windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Yankees 5, White Sox 4. It's the 8th inning. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, grounded toward third slowly. McDougal one-hands it, fires on to first in time on a beautiful play to get Smith. Gill made a sparkling play on that ball. No runs, no hits, 1 error, no one left on. At the end of 8 innings, New York 5 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, 7 left on. The White Sox 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. 11 innings, Miller relieved Sanford in the 4th, and for Milwaukee, Willie relieved Brunette in the 5th. Matthews got his 33rd homer in the 3rd inning. Now to the 9th inning. 5-4 New York. Tony Kubek up, Joe DeMaestri on deck, and Roger Maris to follow. Relief pitcher Jerry Staley to the windup. And the pitch swung on. There's a drive to deep right field. Rivera going back, and he can't get it. It's up into the right field. Stands for a home run for Tony Kubek. Tony Kubek leads off with a line drive home run into the right field stands to make it 6-4 New York. Kubek's 12th homer of the season and 57 runs batted in. 6-4 in favor of the Yankees. Now Joe DeMaestri steps up. The Yankees' 164th homer. Jerry Staley goes to the windup, and the pitch is outside, ball 1. Nothing delivery. Swung on and fouled off to the left of the plate. Strike 1, 1-1. We pause quickly for station identification.
At 1460 on your radio dial, this is Quality Modern, WOKO in Albany, New York. 13 minutes before the hour of 12 midnight.
Pitch is low to DeMaestri. 2 balls, 1 strike. Staley's next pitch is lined right back to the box. Jerry grabbed it knee high. DeMaestri lines to the box. Up comes Roger Maris, who singled to right, popped to short, lined to second, and singled to center. He's at 2 for 4. 6-4 New York, 9th inning. Staley goes to the windup, and the pitch to Maris. Swung on to high fly ball into left center. Jim Landis is under it and makes the catch. 2 down, and up comes Mickey Mantle. Struck out, walked, doubled, and walked. Scored twice. Outs in the 9th. 6-4 New York. Jerry Staley goes to the windup, and the pitch over, strike 1. Rivera leaped high for Kubek's drive and almost caught it before it got into the stands. Pitch to Mantle is outside. The count's 1-1. The White Sox have Rivera scheduled lead off in the 9th. Then Lawler and Freeze. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a line drive to second. And the side is retired as Esposito spears it. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. And at the end of 8.5 innings, New York 6, Chicago 4. 1959 saw quite a few serious changes in the world of sports, but it also saw its share of comical happenings. For example, an ace major league pitcher was chased off the mound, but not by his manager nor the opposing team. It seems a swarm of gnats made the pitcher's life just miserable. He took insect spray, ointment, a smoke bomb, and finally a bonfire to get rid of the bugs. And then in England, a golfer swung at a ball that bounced into the cuff of his pants, and when his partner insisted he play the ball from there according to the rules, our friend obliged, and you guessed it, he broke his leg. But swinging over to the lighter side of beer, in order to really refresh you, a beer must deliver lightness plus flavor. Valentine is the light beer with true lager flavor, and that's what makes it the crisp refresher. Enjoy Valentine, tall and frosty cold. In the last of the ninth, Ted Kluszewski will bat for Jim Rivera. Sherman Lawler on deck and Gene Freeze to follow. Louis Arroyo in relief of Whitey Ford. We will televise tomorrow night's game at 9 o'clock. Our airtime radio, 8:55. Batting .268, comes up to hit for Jim Rivera. Phil Rizzuto will rejoin us tomorrow night. Louis Arroyo ready to pitch to Ted Kluszewski. Into the windup and the pitch. Inside, ball one. Bob Charlie warming up. Here's the delivery, and Kluszewski takes it low, ball two. Jim Coates and Bob Charlie in the bullpen. Nothing pitch. It's in there. Strike one. 2-1. Outfield deep. Shaded around toward right. Arroyo's 2-1 pitch. Swung on, say, fly ball into short left. Tassone comes running in under it and makes the catch. One down in the ninth. Here's Sherman Lawler. Fly to left, fly to deep left center. Dropped by Mantle, and then hit a 2-run homer in the 7th inning off Whitey Ford. Yankees 6, White Sox 4, 9th inning. Arroyo delivers. In there, strike one. Gene Freeze on deck. Outfield around toward left. And the next pitch is swung on. It missed. Strike two. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Arroyo goes to the windup. And the pitch to Lawler. Swung on. A ground ball. Hits the third. McDougal is up with it. Throws over to Skowron in time. And they're 2 away. Now Gene Freeze. Line to short, grounded to third, fly to left center. Freeze bats him right-handed. Arroyo's pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike one. Curved him. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down. 6-4 New York, 9th inning. Arroyo's next pitch. Low and inside. Ball one. 1-1. is on deck to pinch hit. The 1-1 pitch to Freeze, swung on. It's a high pop-up. McDougal's backing up, still backing up, and he's got it. And the ball game is over, and the Yankees win it. Coming from behind, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on, and the Yankees win it 6-4. To climb to within a half game of first place, as the Orioles lost 3-2. The Yankees have won 78 and lost 54. Baltimore has won 80 and lost 55. The White Sox remain 4.5 from the top since Baltimore lost. Well, we hope you enjoyed the ball game. Hope you enjoyed some Valentine beer, the Crisp Professor, the light beer with true lager flavor. The totals: the Yankees 6 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors. The White Sox 4 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Louis Arroyo is the winning pitcher.